Good morning to everyone. Right. Today we are discussing the rest of the lesson, that is the reflection of light at curved surfaces. Right now we are going to say about the yesterday we discussed the last point is mirror formula. Right. This mirror formula is having a particular formula, that is 1 by f is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u. Right. Here f means, actually generally we are going to call f is focal point, but here in the consideration of mirror formula, f nothing but focal length. Focal length. Right. Focal length. Right. Next is what? V. Image distance. Image distance. Image distance. Right. Now u means what? Object distance. Object distance. Right. Object distance. Where f is focal length, v means image distance, u means object distance. Yesterday I said focal point, but that is generally it is called as focal point, but f here focal length. Right now. So in our lesson, what we did, okay, I am giving some total clarification about this lesson. Right. First of all, what we are having, yesterday I already said reflection. Reflection nothing but what? Bouncing back of light ray from a particular surface. Okay, what is this? It is a surface. For example, you are focusing a light with the torch or okay, right, a single beam of light ray, a single beam of light ray which is going to be falling. Okay, when it is going to be falling, this plane is called as, this plane or the surface is called as what? Incident surface. Okay, from this incident surface, again light is coming into the same medium with opposite direction. Okay, then it is called what? Incident ray. It is called what? Incident ray. Right. It is what? Reflected ray. Reflected ray. Right now. Reflected ray. Right. Okay, the middle line which is going to be divide both the angles in the same or in the equal values, then the angle of incidence, angle I, is going to be called as angle of reflection, angle R. Angle R. Right. Already we said three laws are following. What is the three laws? Incident ray, normal, reflected ray. All three rays will be present either side of the surface. That is first law. Second law is what? Okay, incident ray, reflected ray present either side of the normal line. Second. Okay, third law is what? Always angle I is equal to angle R. This is third law. Right? Is it clear now? So if angle is 45 degrees, then automatically angle R will be also 45 degrees. Then this phenomena is called as, when these three laws are applicable or followed by light ray, then that phenomenon is called as reflection. Then that phenomenon is called as what? Reflection. Is it clear now? Right. So already we said reflection of light by spherical mirrors. Okay, reflection of light by spherical mirrors. That's page number 2. Right. Here, reflection of light by spherical mirrors. What is spherical? Spherical is what? Bend in shape. When they are bending in the shape, then automatically those mirrors are called as spherical mirrors. Okay, spherical mirrors. Right. Already we said curved surfaces. Curved surfaces are spherical mirrors. Both will be same. Okay, meaning spherical mirrors. Spherical mirrors are what? That is concave mirror. And one is what? Convex mirror. Okay, concave mirror. This is what? Convex mirror. Okay, what is spherical mirrors? Spherical mirrors are but the mirrors which are bent in shape. The mirrors which are bent in shape, those are going to be called as spherical mirrors. Okay, here concave mirror. This is called what? Concave. Cave means what? It is like a cage inside. Okay, inside reflecting surface is there, then it is called concave mirror. Right? What is convex mirror? This is what convex mirror. Convex mirror. Right? Here. Right? Some terms involved in this. Some terms involved in this. What are those terms? Midpoint of this particular mirror, that is called as pole. Okay, recognized by the P later. Okay, you see here also midpoint of the particular mirror, that is also P, pole. Okay, right. So through this pole, one line is passing through it. This is called imaginary line. Actually, this is an imaginary line which will be called as principal axis. Principal axis. Right, principal axis. Right, principal axis is what? An imaginary line which will be perpendicular to the pole. Which will be perpendicular to the pole. That is called principal axis. On this principal axis, okay, right. A particular point is there, that is called focal point. Focal point. Right, focal point. This is the here focal point is what? It maintains some distance from the pole to focus. Here, all the reflected rays, all the incident rays after reflection, they can pass through the focal point. Okay, here the image will be present, sharp and bright spot image will be present on the focal point. Okay, right. From the pole to focal point, the distance present between pole to focal point, okay, pole to focal point, this is called as focal length, small f, focal length. Okay, right. So small f is focal length. Okay, capital F is there, that is focal point, or focus. Focal point or focus. If small f is there, focal length. You should call it as focal length, small f. Capital F is there, focal point. Right? Is it clear now? So this is what all the incident rays converge at a particular point after reflection. Then it will be called as focal point. Okay. This distance, same distance. Okay. If it is maintained by particular another point is there, that is the particular point is called center of curvature. So from this C point to P point, the distance present between center of curvature to pole, that is called radius of curvature. That is called what? Radius of curvature, which is denoted with the capital R. Okay, here R is equal to 2 into F. Okay, 2 into F. R nothing but what? It is the 2 times greater than that of the focal length. Radius of curvature is always 2 times greater than that of the focal length. That's what I am going to write here. F is equal to R by 2. Okay, this is the formula which will be helpful in the calculation or problems. Okay, problems then we are going to see right now. Next, here also same thing. Okay, we are going to be extending a particular imaginary line through this pole. Okay, here all the rays which are all the incident rays which will be parallel to the principal axis after reflection, they can pass through. After reflection, they can pass through the focal point. Here also, they can pass through the focal point. This is also, they can pass through focal point. This point is the what? Focal point. Yeah. Okay. The distance present between focal point to pole, that is called focal length. Okay. Right. Same distance maintained by another point, that is called center of curvature. Point, that is pole to focus. If it is 5 centimeters distance is there, then automatically focus to center of curvature will be also 5 centimeters. So here radius of curvature nothing but what? That is the distance in between the center of curvature to pole. That is called what? Radius of curvature, that is 10 centimeters. That's why already we said, okay, for example, R is equal to 10 centimeters. For example, R is equal what? 10 centimeters you can take, 10 centimeters. Okay, right. Then F is equal to how much? Then F is equal to how much? Then you have to take, that is F is equal to R by 2 formula. Okay, then 10 by 2. You are going to get what? Focal length is 5 centimeters. Is it clear now? Focal length is what? 5 centimeters. Here, same thing I have explained in this particular diagram. Okay. Now activity 1 now. Activity 1. Okay, in this what will happen here, actually activity 1, you are going to take a slipper sole like this, slipper sole or any right. So in this slipper sole you have to attach the pins like this, okay, to the span. When you bend this, okay, then what will happen? All these things are going to be dispersed. Okay, they are going to be dispersed or they are going to be spreading. Okay, right. This is what? This is concave. Right. This bent outwards, then it will be called as what? Convex mirror. Okay, if you bend inwards, then automatically it is called what? Concave mirror. Right. So activity 1, take a slipper sole and attach all the pins like this. Okay, attach all the pins like this. Right. Then when you bend outwards, then it will be called as convex mirror. Okay, bend inwards, then it will be called as concave mirror. Okay, that is activity 1. Right. Right. Already I have said all the terms which will be explained here. When you take the concave mirror, okay, right, the midpoint of the mirror is going to be called as pole. Recognized. Okay, with the letter P. Okay, right, imaginary line passing through this particular midpoint, then it will be called as principal axis. Then it will be called what? Principal axis. Right. Now the point at which all the parallel rays going to be converged at this point. This point is going to be called as focal point. Right. The distance present between focal point to pole, then it will be called as focal length. Right. Here, when you extend this particular line, principal axis, on this particular principal axis, you are going to get the center of curvature. What is center of curvature? All the incident, all the normal lines which will be converged at a particular point. That point is called as center of curvature. Okay, these are terms which are present in page number 3. Page number 3. Right. Next experiment, that is verifying your drawing with experiments. Okay, you know very well, that is page number 4 in figure 3. In figure 3, actually we are going to take a particular wooden block. On this wooden block, if you kept both the pins parallelly, okay, right, then what will happen? When you keep this particular candle or a light source, a light source, when you keep this particular candle or light source near to this, then automatically the shadows of the pin will be somewhat diverse in nature. They can be spread with one another. They can be away from one another. Okay, when you kept this candle away from this two pins, then automatically what will happen? These shadows will be both the shadows of these two pins will be parallel with each other. Will be parallel with each other. So what it is saying? What it is saying? When a light ray which is nearer to us, that can maintain some certain angles, when the light ray very away from us, like sun, okay, the sun is also very away from us, okay, when the sun is very away from us or any light source very away from us, then automatically the light rays which are coming from that source will be parallel to the earth axis, or parallel to the earth axis, or parallel to the any object, parallel to the earthquake line, earth line, parallel to the earth line. That's what it is, somewhat parallel when it is away from the object. When it is near to the object, it maintains some certain angle. Okay, that is what they have given. Okay, in the wooden block and candle experiment. Wooden block and candle experiment. Okay, right. That is very important. Actually, the light always should maintain a sufficient amount of intensity. Then only it can present on the object, it can incident on the surface very easily. Okay, otherwise it is not possible. Right, activity 2. Activity 2 already I have said. Okay, for example, you are going to take let it be, it is what? Concave mirror. This is what? Inside reflecting surface will be there, polished surfaces will be, unreflecting surface will be present outside. Okay, right. The midpoint of this particular mirror, that will be called as pole. Through this pole, when you draw an imaginary line, that is called what? This imaginary line is what? Principal axis. Right. Here also the rays which will be parallel to this particular principal axis, they can converge to a particular point. The converging of the reflecting rays at a particular point, that point is called as focal point. When you take a particular line which can divide this both incident and reflecting ray, okay, that line is called as normal line. All these normal lines converge at a particular point. This point is called as center of curvature. But activity 2, for what? Activity 2 saying that, what it is saying? It is going to say about the focal point. How we are going to explain this activity? Take a concave mirror, okay, and take a particular candle, okay, or light source which is somewhat away from this particular concave mirror, and at that moment the rays which are parallel to each other, they can present or they can incident on this particular concave mirror. Then that after reflection, all the incident rays passing through a particular point, that point is called as focal point or focus. Okay, that's okay, already explained. From the distance between pole to focal point is going to be called as small f, that is focal length. Okay, and okay, the distance from the pole to center of curvature, that is called as radius of curvature, capital R. R is equal to 2 into f. Okay, this is what activity 2. Right? Already they have given in your book figure 5. Can you draw the same diagram for convex mirror? Already, okay, given in your book, that is convex mirror. Can take this is a convex mirror. Okay, here this is the pole. Here this is focus, center of curvature C. Right. All the rays which will come as a parallel rays. These parallel rays, right? After reflection, okay, like this, they are reflected. Okay, when you extend this reflected ray, it is going to be focused or incident. It is going to be attacked on the particular point. That point is going to be called as what? Focal point. This is what? Focal point. In the form of convex mirror, here concave. This is the diagram of the convex mirror which can show the focal point. This is the diagram of the concave mirror which can show the focal point. Right. Now, lab activity. What is the lab activity? What is lab activity? Lab activity always going to say about the. It is the aim to find out the focal length of concave or convex mirror. Okay, right. So simply we are going to say that lab activity aim. What is our aim in this lab activity? Page number 5th mark. Right. Observing the types of images and measuring the object distance and image distance from the mirror. Okay. Observing the types of images, measuring the object distance and image distance from the mirror. Okay, right. Here, materials required. What will be the material we require here? We have to take the measuring scale first. Measuring scale. Okay, this is what measuring scale. Right. We are having some divisions here. Right, centimeters, right, like this. Here 10 centimeters. This is what 80 centimeters. Right. At last, we are going to get a candle which will be kept on this scale. Okay, right. It is going to be burning. After at this end, okay, at first end we have to get the concave mirror. Okay, right. Now we have to take this is the light ray which will be perpendicular to this concave mirror. Right. Now we have to get the screen which will be white paper. The white paper will be the screen here. Okay, right. So this white paper, when we are going to move this white paper, then automatically what will happen? When you are moving this white paper, in the middle or somewhat 15 centimeters or 20 centimeters near to 20 centimeters area, then automatically what will happen? On this white paper, you are going to be seeing a sharp and bright image of the candle flame image will be present on this. Okay, this sharp and bright image which will be present at this particular point at this particular area, then it will be called what? Focal point. That is what? Focal point. Focal point of this particular mirror is what? 20 centimeters. That is at this area focal point will be present. Okay, at 20 centimeters focal point we are going to be seen. Okay, what is the focal length here? Focal length is what? Okay, focal length is what? From this mirror to this particular image, candle image. That is what? Focal length. The distance between mirror to this candle image, that will be what? Focal length. Like that, you can see when you are moving this particular screen towards the other end. Okay, somewhat 50 centimeters, then automatically somewhat bigger in size, somewhat dimension in size. When it is away from the center of curvature, then automatically center of curvature. Okay, what is center of curvature here? C means what? Nearby 40 centimeters here. Focal point at 20 centimeters. Then automatically C will be 40 centimeters. Okay, when we are moving away from the center of curvature, then a bigger candle image will be present. Like that, different types of images we are going to be seeing. Okay, we are going to be seeing on the screen paper, in this particular lab activity. Right. So they have given here table 1, distance of the object distance. First we have to draw the table here. Okay, what you find out in this particular lab activity? Table drawn, that is serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, serial number, object distance, next image distance, right. Next is what? Enlarged image or dimension. You have to know enlarged or dimension. Right. Next is what? Inverted or erected. Inverted or erected. Okay, like that. You have to take right now. So object distance is what? Distance of the candle from the mirror. Distance of the candle from the mirror. That is called what? Object distance. Nearly equal to 80 centimeters, like this we have to take. Okay, because already I have given here 80 centimeters. This is 0 centimeters. So 0 to 80. That is object distance. Image distance is what? Here image distance. Sometimes at 20 centimeters at a particular time. After sometimes when you are moving the screen somewhat away from this particular mirror, then automatically image distance will be changes. That is means what? This mirror to screen paper. That is what? Image distance. Okay. If this image is very sharp, bright and smaller in size, then it will be called as diminution. Image will be somewhat bigger than that of the original object, then it will be called as enlarged. Okay. Image is as it is how the object is present. Image is also same size and shape. Okay, same erected model. Then automatically it will be called as erected. Okay, when it is going to be down, okay, that is what? Inverted. Inverted means what? Somewhat opposite to the real object. That is what? Inverted. Okay, like that. That is different types of images we are going to get. Okay, on the screen paper. Okay, that is going to be shown by the lab activity. Okay, which will be given in page number 6, right? And page number 7, intersection of point at which distance will be intersection of a particular point, intersection of the two rays. For example, we can take here one ray is passing like this. Okay, another ray is also coming like this from the down. Okay, right. Both after reflection, both will be intersect at this point. Okay, at this point. This intersection of the two rays giving what? Image. That is giving what? Image. That will be given in the figure 7. Okay, page number 7. Right. Next, already I have said. Okay, figure 8. Now about figure 8. This is what? Concave mirror. concave mirror. Okay, this is pole. Okay, pole here. This is what principal axis. On this principal axis we are going to get the object that is in the form of candle, right? Now this candle is going to be sending a particular ray, that is R1, ray 1. Okay, when it is parallel to this principal axis, when it is parallel, then automatically after reflection it pass through a particular point that is called as focal point. Okay, already said. Great. Now, okay, this is what focal point. This is okay, but both the rays, that is incident ray, this is incident ray, this is reflected. Both the rays going to be separated or bifurcated. The angle present between both the rays bifurcated into two equal halves. Then this particular imaginary line which will bifurcate this total angle, that will be called as what now? Center of curvature. Okay, that imaginary line which can bifurcate the total angle in between present in between the incident ray, reflected ray, that imaginary line focused on this particular point, that is called what? Center of curvature. That is called what? Center of curvature. That can be set by the figure 8. That can be set by the figure 8. Okay, right. Now, so even figure 9, that is saying about the behavior of the light ray. Okay, the behavior of the light ray already said. Okay, what I said. Okay, which is parallel, that can pass through the focus. That can pass through the focus. Right. If you take this object, that is here candle, you are going to take the candle. Okay, this candle flame, okay, passing through the, for example, focal point, after reflection, that will be parallel to the principal axis. This rule also already said. Okay, that is only given here, right? Now, when you take this another figure, okay, right? When you take the candle here, okay, in this candle, the light ray which will be focused through this particular point, center of curvature. When you take this, okay, the angle, the light ray which is passing through the center of curvature, okay, that is incident ray. After reflection, it can follow the same path but opposite in direction. Okay, that is what center of curvature C. Okay, these are the three laws, three rules how the light ray is behaving. One rule is what? First rule is parallel to the principal axis, passing through the focus. Okay, when this incident ray passing through the focus, then automatically it will be parallel to the principal axis. Okay, the third rule is what? Light behavior. The light ray which is coming from the object, if it is passing through the center of curvature, automatically it retraces its path. Means other path we can do. Okay, it is passing through the same path but opposite in direction. It is the third rule of the light ray. Okay, like that. Okay, already said all the parallel rays, they are going to be, okay, if they are coming down also, they are going to pass through the particular focus point, that is given in figure 11. Okay, right, figure 12, that is image distance, all those things are given. Right, what is virtual image, what is real image? Virtual image cannot catch on the screen, real images can be present on the screen, or we can caught it on the screen. That is what? Real image. Right. Derivation formula for curved mirrors, that is already we have given. Mirror formula. Okay, 1 by f is equal to 1 by u plus 1 by d. Okay. Right. Next, last one. That is preparation of solar cooker. Preparation of solar cooker. You have to take one concave dish which is present like TV antenna, right? TV antenna. In this, you have to take one TV antenna dish, right? To this particular parabolic dish, okay. In this, we have to take the isosceles triangles, which will be made by the aluminum foil, okay. These aluminum foil papers which are going to be attached inside this particular aluminum foil papers, isosceles triangle papers, which are going to be pasted inside this particular parabolic dish. Then, okay, all these papers which are going to be pasted inside, okay, which can cover total circumference of this particular antenna dish, right? Now, what we have to do, when you focus this antenna dish, okay, against the sun rays, okay, all the sun rays, they are parallel to this particular concave mirror, and these parallel rays, after reflection, they are going to be meet at a particular point. This point is called what? Focal point. At this point, okay, all these rays are converged at a particular point. That is what? Focal point. At this focal point, all the rays converge and giving more heat. At this point, if you kept if you attach any bowl on this point, then automatically all the rays coming together converge at this particular point and heated up this particular dish, okay, right? Bowl, okay. At that moment, if you keep rice or any vegetables or anything do you want to cook, okay, at that moment they will be going to be cooked by this solar cooker, okay. This is what? Preparation of solar cooker. In this preparation of solar cooker, what are the materials required? Okay, what are the materials required? One is aluminum foil, right? And another one is what?